I'm so excited to share this with you, to the point that I couldn't wait until I was in my usual corner to talk about it. So I thought I'd just grab my phone, head into the car, and quickly record this video because I desperately needed people to know, because I wish I knew this about balance. Because have you ever felt like, why on earth can't I find balance with like adding exercise to my life, or having like a good social network, or a good social lifestyle, while also working, while also looking after myself? All these things and demands that demand your attention, saying, dang, I can't find a balance. And you got all these people promoting a balanced lifestyle. They're all saying, oh, you just have to find the right balance. Unfortunately, one of the most presumed things that are actually wrong is that there is no such thing as balance. When you're building your business and then you have to look after yourself on top of the other responsibilities that your life expects of you, there will be no balance. You will feel like you're doing everything all the time at the same time. And unfortunately, dare I say, that is the normal. That is very normal to feel overwhelmed. It is very normal to feel like you are outside of your capacity, that you feel like you're overextending constantly whilst you're in that building phase of that business, if it's not automated. It is very normal. And no one's going to tell you that, because it doesn't sell anything. It doesn't exactly encourage people to want to have a business, or maintain a business, or keep a business, or to maintain their health whilst committing a business, simply because, if I add that, I'm totally out of balance. It does not balance my timetable. I'm not scheduled for that. A student asked me, how do you balance it all? And I told her, I don't. I'm just used to it now. I have the capacity. So it is now natural. So if, like brushing my teeth, no matter what happens in my day, I will brush my teeth. No matter how tired I am, I'll brush my teeth. No matter what I ate, no matter what time it is, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I still need to sleep, I'll brush my teeth. And on those days that I miss it, miss brushing my teeth, I absolutely hate it. I am annoyed. I hate the taste. I hate the feeling. And I know the consequences. And preferably, it really happens once in a blue moon. I explained to my student that, hey, to get to that point, that all those aspects of your life, like if you're working out, if you're looking after your body, you have to get to a point where it feels weird not to look after yourself, where it feels off. You can tangibly feel it in your body, like, dang, I didn't work out today, and I did not like that. So there is no balance at the start. It feels like you're being overpowered. It feels like you're catching your breath. You feel almost as if like you're like, it's like running for the first time, and it feels like your throat is gonna burn and you're gonna die. That's usually what it feels like when you start a new job, or when you're working for the first time, standing your first 8-hour, 10-hour shift. It's atrocious. But then you have people that say, I've been working here for 40 years. And you're like, 40 years? 20 years you've been doing this? It does not mean that they found balance. Their body is so used to it. You know how we've talked about in my previous videos about building up the muscle reps, putting in the muscle memory, putting in the time and the effort such that it becomes effortless. There's a quote that I once posted after I braided hair perfectly for the first time. It doesn't get better, you do. Nothing in this world where anything demands your effort, demands your work, demands your time will get better. It's you who gets better at it, such that that thing that you're doing, or that practice, feels like it's easier. Did it get easier? Did it? No, you got better at it. You got more skilled. Maybe you gained more capacity, you gained more wisdom, you gained specialization, you can do it faster, you found a unique, quicker way, you got more people around you. So that objective in itself is still has the same requirement if anyone were to start it for the first time. It will still be that same level of hard. It is you who gets better. So is there such a thing as balance? How do I get a balanced lifestyle? How do I juggle everything? That's the thing. You learn to juggle. You just start practicing until it looks like, wow, you are walking on water. And I feel like it is really important for people my age who are in their mid-20s and people who are coming into their 20s, into their early adulthood, and especially those who are well into their adulthood, well beyond 20s, who are still feeling like, why haven't I found the balance? Am I not good enough? Am I not smart enough? Am I not trying as much as everybody else? How come it's so, they've efficientized their life, they've automated it? It's never you. You actually need to be taught principles in life that some people have discovered. There is no balance when you're trying to do everything else on top of what you want and what you need. When you're building things or whenever you do something new, it feels like you suck. And you probably do. You need to get good at being comfortable with not being good at something and not handling it well and acknowledging it, giving yourself that space and that feeling and that acknowledgement, but proceeding to move forward and figuring out a way to do it better, to do it different. Don't worry about making it look like someone else. Find your sweet spot. Find your flow with it. It will look different. For example, what I learned and what I did every time I started a new job, or I started something new, I would tell my friends, I actually cannot meet up with you during the week anymore unless we're running errands together, like we're working out or we're running groceries. We can do that together during the week, but not like a separate hangout. I simply don't have the capacity yet. Let's leave it for the weekend. So that took away the worry and the stress for me to be like, I have to hang out with this person after I just had a completely shite of a day. And it's just yikes. Sometimes I'd make up plans. I'm like, yeah, I'll be good next Wednesday. And then future me has to deal with past me's commitments, realizing I did not have the capacity by that time. So I just got sick of letting people down. And I said, hey, I think it's best if we just leave it for the weekend, unless something impromptu comes up and I have the tenacity and the ability for it. But now, honestly, I'm so much better, but I have found a rhythm with that. I do prefer weekends unless we run into each other or unless it's a Friday. Even then, I've really created boundaries for myself, curfews, adult curfews in my life to do certain things. I've suggested, hey, instead of us always eating out on a Saturday, or let's do Pilates on a Saturday together. Let's go on walks together in the evenings. Meet me at the gym. I'm going to be there anyway because I have clients. So we'll just work out. Or I'll see you and we'll chat. Or while I'm working out on the treadmill, we can FaceTime. You have to almost habit stack things together that will align together and work. If you're going to run groceries or I need to run groceries, let's do it together. Let's have a chat while I drive on my way to work. I call you every time. At least I've called you. Leave a voice note. At the end of the week, let's talk about our week. You send photos in the chat and the messages to show your week, kind of like a weekly reel, like, hey, this is how my week was. And that's just some systems I discovered helps my social capacity on top of such a full day of running a business, having a full-time job, having other responsibilities, and looking after myself and looking after other people in my life. There is no balance. I am so sorry to finally confess this to you. But guess what? You do figure out a way to hold it all because it's all about you. It's always been about you. It's always been about your capacity, your grit, your strength, your potential, your ability to hold it all together. If you go into a river that is large and expansive and there's so much water, you don't complain about the largeness or the depth of the water. You get a bigger container. You always get a bigger container. If your business grows so much, you don't complain about how big your business is. You find a different location. You find more people to hold it together. It's always the container. And the main container of your life is yourself. How do you find balance? You don't. You find a deeper breath in yourself. You find deeper depth. You allow that capacity to be built. You allow those reps of life to come in, 100 reps. Have you done that thing that you say is hard at least 100 times, at least 100 hours, or at least 1,000 hours? Because trust me, by the end of those 100 or 1,000 hours, I can guarantee it won't be hard anymore. Think back to all the things in your life that you initially found hard, that you initially found difficult or found scary. Look back now. I don't think it's that scary anymore with the person that you are today. 5-year-old you would absolutely pass out with all the things that you have to do, whether it's going to work, going to university, going to college, or having to juggle all these things. But today you are handling it. So what changed? It was not the situations. Life is still the same. It demands and expects everything of everyone, but it is you who changes. You just get better, just get more good, you just get faster, you just get stronger. So think about that. So rather than saying, how do I balance it all? Ask yourself, what in me is just growing in me so I can have the capacity to hold it all together in such a way that I'm still preserved. In the meantime, though, during that process, it feels like you're not being preserved, and don't worry about it unless it's just been going on for too long. You don't find a balance necessarily. You find rhythms, you build systems, you figure out ways to tie in things together, you allocate. Think of yourself like a rhythmic thing, because we run in rhythms, just like seasons, just like weather, just like time of things, of planting things. You yourself need to give yourself those rhythms. Sometimes you might not see anyone for 3 months because you're working so hard, but then you get like a 6-month bender of just suddenly popping up in social places like, hey guys, like I'm back, where have you been? Oh, I just had a crazy year. I just had a crazy 6 months, crazy 3 months, because you were building. And that thing you had planted or initially put in time and invested, you will reap the benefits. You won't need to put as much effort as you're putting into everything all the time, because you can only just get better because you are learning all the time. So don't worry about balance. Instead, focus on increasing your capacity, maintaining your capacity, maintaining your endurance. Okay? Have an amazing day, and there's some other suggested videos that you can look at.